What the fuck is up? Season 1, episode 30 of Is This What It Is? I'm your host, Gunvid. Shut the fuck up. Alright. I don't know why I told you to shut the fuck up, but just fucking shut the fuck up, okay? But, yeah, so motherfucking season 1. Let me fucking put this shit down real quick. Listen. You're not uplifted, you're just mortified. I'm more than high. Some shit about fucking you and your boyfriend Mordecai. That's what I seen on the news. You like dudes. Oh shit. Alright, man. So yeah, this is the finale of season 1. And just like a finale, I make your girl come. Oh! Word up. So yeah, I'm about to quit smoking indefinitely. I'm rolling up my last blunt for a while. If not, I'm not gonna see forever. But it's gonna be my last blunt for a while. Stop smoking for a little. Maybe forever. I don't know. But it's all good. You know why? You know why it's all good? Because I'm me and I don't need weed. So there's that. And I wasn't even trying to rhyme, so it's like, if you're like, oh, that wasn't even that fire, shut the fuck up. Huh? How about that? So yeah, I want to roll this blunt before I even talk about any sports or fighting. Fighting is a sport, but I have some good topics for today, so I just want to get this blunt rolling out of the way before I light up this blunt. Like I said, Jay, can't fuck with me, okay? And I know I've been using that same kind of rhyme scheme in the past freestyles, but it's okay. Because it's time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate life. It's time to celebrate, It's time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate being yourself. It's time to celebrate being, not being, but it's time to celebrate loving yourself. As far as, like mentally. Pause. But yeah, it's time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate every day, every night, every moment. Because every moment is golden. Every moment is golden. And can't even lie, I feel great right now. And I'm gonna probably feel greater even like a couple days from now, when I'm not smoking anymore. I don't got no more smoke in my lungs. And I'm gonna be working out more. Gonna be writing more. Not just rhymes. I write books as well, and many other things. So there's that. And I gotta say, it feels fucking great to be me. live a beautiful life. I live a great life. And I'm thankful for it. Very thankful. I woke up feeling blessed, not stressed or depressed. Fuck the most beautiful women and make them shake like they're possessed. All you hear is next. While I'm in the next room with their girlfriends and they're getting their pussy stretched. See, I'm not the one you want to test. I'm the one you could pause, do business with, and get checks. My name is Gunvid, like Tex. Nah, that was too fire. So you can see I'm a natural rapper. Because real talk, like I know it might sound like cap, but sometimes I'm just talking and I'm not even trying to rap. And fucking even that rhymed. And I swear to everything. I swear to everything I love, bro. I wasn't even going to try to rhyme that. So it's like, even when I'm talking about not trying to rhyme, I still rhyme. All the time, sublime, this and that, crime. That's another rhyme flow that I used before. But it's okay. At least I don't call my girlfriend a whore. And I'm not talking about anyone specific. Before I left, shorty, I told her to kiss it. And she did it. Yeah, so word up, man. We rolling up a Dutch. And I don't mean to be using sex in my lyrics as a crutch. But I can make her come just by getting close to her. I don't even gotta touch. Yeah, shorty, a snack. She getting ate up like lunch. Word up. You know, nice and simple, freestyle, this and that. So there it goes. Wicked flows. And I'm not talking about the rapper when I say her vibe is really mystical. Yeah, like I said before, I make her shake like she's possessed. And some other shit that rhymes with typical. Yeah, word up, you know. This is just, I gotta say, this is just a beautiful day. The sun is shining very bright. And I'm kind of hyped, you know? I'm actually kind of hyped to get back to working out. I gotta say, I took a really, a really big break from working out. Because, like I mentioned on previous episodes, I know I said I don't feel like I was ever burned out, but like, I mean, like completely burned out, but there's definitely times, you know, when I was training at the boxing gym and MMA gyms where I just feel fucking really tired from all that shit. That shit gets extremely tiring. If you've ever done a boxing workout or MMA, you know, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, fucking all that shit mixed. So like if you ever done sparring, like hard sparring, or just like a full boxing workout, you know, like that shit is fucking tiring as fuck. I remember like so many days where like I was like so sore I couldn't move, or just so fucking tired I couldn't even move, you know. And I'm just like, yo, like how the fuck is it even possible to get this tired without fucking being dead? But yeah, you know, I took a well-earned rest from just exercising in general. And when I say exercising, I don't mean like basic things like walking. I mean like fucking thing fell. Okay. I don't mean basic exercises like walking. I mean like, you know, running and fucking other kind of workouts. Yeah, hold up. Something fucking fell under my seat, and I don't like when that happens. I'm sorry, man. Just give me a fucking second to get this shit. I got it. What the fuck, bro? This is the podcast where we just fucking do dumbass shit. Nigga, fucking idiot. Yeah, welcome to the fucking Stupid Idiot podcast where I like drop things and then I gotta go fucking pick it up. And then all of my fans, my one subscriber, is mad at me and all this shit. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck, bro? You know? But anyway, it's fucking hilarious. Alright, what the fuck, bro? Alright, yes, so what was I talking about? Nah, I'm kidding, I remember. So like, yeah, working out, right? I'm like, how the fuck is it possible to be this tired? But at the same time, that shit feels fucking, pause, that shit feels amazing being that tired, because it's like, you know, might sound cliche, but it's like, you know, you gave it your all, you know, the workout, and you made progress and all this, you know, and this and that. So I gotta say, it feels great. It feels great to work out, and it feels really great. It feels really, really great to know that I'm gonna be working out again and getting in good shape. Not just getting in good shape. I'm in good shape now, you know. I'm always like in pretty good shape. Yeah, so it does feel great to know that I'm focused back on exercising and being more healthy, more disciplined, more organized, and you know, like making more of an effort to stick to a schedule, which is difficult, especially when it comes to working out, and especially when it comes to you know, just having a routine in general. Sorry, I just see someone looking kind of shady, so I'm like watching out. But yeah, oh yeah, that's also another thing that feels great. It feels great to know that, you know, it's almost springtime. I don't know if it is officially. I don't think it is, but it feels good to know that it's almost springtime and the weather is gonna start getting better. The weather is gonna start getting better, and gonna be spending more time in Astoria Park, working out and whatnot, and just enjoying the park and the views. It's such a beautiful park. If you ever go there, you'll know. And I think a great time to go there, even though it's super fucking packed, is like I'm pretty sure it's like June 28th when they have the fireworks in Astoria Park. So everyone goes to Astoria Park. I mean, like literally, like fucking everyone is over there, and they have the fireworks. They have the fireworks in Randall's Island, which is right across from Astoria Park. You can get there by the Tri-Borough Bridge from Astoria, which is now called the RFK Bridge. But growing up, it was always the Tri-Borough Bridge. So there's that. Yeah, so, you know, they have the 4th of July fireworks on June 28th. I don't know why, but it's just how it is. So yeah, it feels good to know that I'm going to be spending even more time there, because as I probably mentioned on the show, or maybe I didn't, but I have been spending a lot of time there in the past year. And pretty much for my whole life, I've been in Astoria. Like, even though I moved when I was like 12 and a half. You know, I moved away from New York, not specifically to get away from New York. It was just, you know, excuse me. It was just, we were moving to Chicago, but, you know, I moved back to New York State not even a year later, like months, like 6 to 8 months later. And so, you know, whenever I got the chance, I've like always hung out in Astoria. And I'm only saying that because, like, you know, some people who live there and like stay there the whole fucking life and shit, they be acting mad corny, like, oh, are you visiting? Like, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm more way more respected in Astoria than you are. And, you know, way more official and this and that. So don't fucking ask me if I'm visiting, alright? Get the fuck out of here. So, yeah, I only mentioned that, yeah, I've, not just the past year that I've been going to Astoria and hanging out, but, like, specifically, in the past year I've been hanging out in Astoria Park more, and, you know, I don't usually tell people where I be at, but it's like, there's a bunch of weirdos online and shit, but you motherfuckers ain't doing shit to me. Fuck out of here. You know? So that's probably the only place that I go that I'll, like, tell people that I'm there, because that's my fucking city, right? So I go there wherever the fuck I want. And I'll tell whoever I want that I'm there online, because, you know, because it's my fucking city, that's why. So, yeah, there's that. And it's all love, you know. I hope if you decide to visit the park, hope you enjoy the park. And don't fucking, don't be coming over there trying to, just to say what's up to me. I don't want to be bothered, If I'm over there, I'm either working out or I'm smoking. But now I'm going to stop smoking, so. Yeah, if I'm in the Astoria Park, I'm just going there to work out now, or to relax and just, go for a walk in the park. Maybe sit on the bench and meditate for a little. But yeah, don't be coming over there trying to hang out with me. Unless you're a beautiful woman, like a model, because I only roll with models. So there's that. Okay? There's that. Yeah, I'm about to be so fucking high. I'm gonna smoke this whole blunt. Lately, I don't always like pause, smoke a whole blunt or a joint. Like lately, because it's like shit be getting you so lifted that it's like fucking, you don't even need the whole blunt, fucking whatever. So yeah, I really wanted to talk about fuck it, I'm gonna just start talking about it now, because I feel like it, that's why. So yeah, I'll go with the boxing fights first. Actually, I'm only gonna talk about one of them. So I only really cared about one of them. So this past Friday, Anthony Joshua knocked out Francis Ngannou in just the second round of their fight. Now, I predicted Anthony Joshua to win by decision. Not even gonna lie, I didn't expect him to knock him out. Although, obviously I know that that's a possible outcome, Pause, just seeing a guy like, I'm not even gonna say that. I was like, a heavyweight like Ngannou, pause, that's like fucking brolic. You don't really ever expect someone like that to get knocked out, Even if you know boxing, like I know boxing and all this shit. He's a good enough boxer that it's not just like, oh, he's automatically gonna get knocked out. Because if I'm not wrong, before that fight, he's never been knocked down even. You know, unless I'm wrong, but I've never seen him get knocked down. The only fight that I've seen him lose badly was against Stipe Miocic in their first fight. And he didn't get knocked down in that fight. He got wrestled and pretty much beat up the whole fight. But, you know, even that fight, he got a rematch against Stipe and knocked him out. I believe that was in the first round too. So, yeah, you know, someone like Francis, you don't ever expect him to get knocked out. And now, so something that was interesting because of how bad the knockout was is, you know, you see someone get knocked out that bad, and you just wonder if they're ever gonna fight again. But it's like, Paul, someone as Diesel as fucking Ngannou, it's like, yeah, I don't know if even that punch can retire him, because you know, he has a strong mind, and pause or whatever. Fucking, you know, like you look at him, he doesn't look like someone that's like fucking a quitter or whatever. So, yeah, I really thought like, is Ngannou just gonna fucking stop fighting after this? But like, you know, he is the champion at PFL, and he's already signed up to defend his belt, because he just did two boxing fights in a row, and he hasn't even fought in the PFL yet. But I guess he may have paid them. You know, they probably got a percentage of the boxing fight because he was signed to them when he had those fights, and it was a part of a deal. I don't know if they got paid from it. You know, not really gonna pocket watch, but I mean, so yeah, that's part of the reason why I think he won't just retire, because of that knockout. But it was a really fucking bad knockout. I mean, so have you seen the fight? I've seen highlights. He got knocked down in the first round, and it was a flash knockdown, but it still was kind of a bad knockdown. Like he got hit pretty hard. Pause. And then second round, he gets knocked down. He threw like a half-ass jab, and Anthony quickly slipped to the right and then threw a counter right and knocked him down. And Ngannou seemed very confused. I don't think he really saw the punch coming on the second knockdown. He might have seen the first and last ones, but the second knockdown, you could tell he was like really like confused. And I've never been knocked down before, so I don't know what that's like, but I hear it's like, you know, you're like confused about what happened. So he gets knocked down the second time. And then yeah, so he's like just really confused, but he was still conscious, I guess. But like when he got up, you know, he was conscious enough to, he tried to deflect the right hand that knocked him out. So I can't say that he did see that punch coming. But he was either, maybe it's a combination of both. He was either too dazed. He was too dazed from the first two knockouts, or he just wasn't skilled enough to avoid that right hand. And maybe, maybe he was 2 days, because I'm not just going to say he wasn't skilled enough. It is a possibility, though, to, like, properly defend against the right hand, because when you see someone load up, like, you know, Anthony Joshua had time for the knockout punch to pretty much load up on the punch and set it up perfectly. Like, he just, like, he measured him with the jab and just threw a fucking perfect right hand. He got full extension on that punch. If you go back and watch it, and you know how to fully extend your punches, I mean, it was just the perfect knockout punch. He didn't throw a jab. He just, he measured the distance with the left hand because he had time to, because he just knocked him down. So, yeah, that's real smart boxing by AJ. You can tell who is the more skilled fighter. So, yeah, when someone throws a big right hand like that, you don't ever try to fucking deflect it like Francis did. Because as you can see, he got fucking knocked the fuck out. And that's no disrespect to him, but, you know, that's just what happened. So, yeah, don't ever, you know. He tried to parry the right hand with his left hand. It's like, yo, nah, bro. Either block that shit or fucking avoid it. Now, there is punches that you can deflect, like a fucking jab, or maybe even a right hand that's thrown with less power. But, you know, it just shows his, I guess I'd say even him and his coach's lack of skills when it comes to boxing, because even after the first down, I mean, you really gotta fucking clinch or just fucking move the fuck out of the way when you get knocked down, you know? After the first and second knockdown, he didn't even really fucking clinch or anything, or really move like that, you know? As you can see, after the second knockdown, he didn't even go to try to clinch at all, or start, you know, like circling around the ring and moving away. He just stood there and just tried to deflect the punch. He didn't even try to counter at least and fucking give himself a chance to knock out AJ, you know, in the fight. Like I said, I've only seen highlights, but he didn't really throw any feints or set up any of his punches. He's just trying to just throw wild counters or fucking, you know, knockout punches, and you can't do that when it comes to boxing, you know. And so when it comes to MMA fighters versus boxers in boxing, that fight was the perfect example of how much better boxers are at boxing than MMA fighters. Because MMA, like, you know, in MMA, boxing is a part of the sport, but it's not everything. So they can't just spend their whole training camp boxing and working on that. So, you know, a lot of MMA fighters, they try to act like they're better boxers than boxers, but it's like, yo, as you can see, you know, this is what they do. So fucking, you know, if you're an MMA fighter, be careful who you call out, because it's a very serious thing. And then it's vice versa when it comes to MMA. Like, you know, if AJ fought Ngannou in MMA, I know that MMA fighters, they don't give no chance to boxers. And, you know, I give them a chance. A boxer has a chance in MMA, but I'd say that it's more difficult. It's much more difficult for an MMA. I mean, for a boxer to go to MMA than an MMA fighter to go to boxing, because we've seen MMA fighters go to boxing and beat boxers. Like, I believe, if I'm not wrong, I know he's like, clearly not in his prime, but if I'm not wrong, Roy Jones lost to Anthony Pettis. And that might not be a very good example, but oh yeah, here's the fucking better example. Ngannou just beat fucking Fury. And I know he didn't officially beat him, but I mean, it's pretty much what everyone's saying. If you watch the fight, Ngannou's the only one that got a knockdown and pretty much landed the more effective punches, clearly. So, there's an example that it's easier for an MMA fighter to go to boxing than it is for a boxer to go to MMA. Because, no disrespect, but you saw when James Toney, went to MMA, he lost. And he lost pretty easily. So, there's that. So, yeah, and on the topic of MMA fighters versus boxers, there is a rivalry. I mean, clearly, it's definitely a big rivalry between the sports of boxing and MMA, but there's also a lot of mutual respect and a lot of love, because you might not know this, but a lot of MMA fighters, like I said, boxing is a part of MMA. Boxing is a part of MMA, so a lot of MMA fighters spend a lot of time going to boxing gyms and sparring with boxers, and getting to know the sport, getting to know the fighters. So there's definitely respect. So yeah, if you're an MMA fighter or if you're a boxer, definitely have respect for the other sport, because you guys make each other greater. Because think about it, as a boxer, you hear an MMA guy talking shit about boxing, doesn't that make you want to train and become greater? So if you ever got to fight one of these guys, you're at the top of your game, and vice versa. So there's that. Shout out to Ngannou. Hope you recover, and believe you'll continue to do great things in your career. And to AG, congratulations, because that fight got you a lot more respect in the eyes of boxing fans, because for a while everyone thought you were ducking Wilder. And so now, after you knock out Ngannou, I feel like no one's really gonna say you were scared of Deontay anymore. Because if you could knock out someone that looks more scary than him, then, I guess this is proof that you weren't scared of Wilder the whole time. And I know it's a different fighter, but I mean, if you sign up to fight fucking Ngannou, I don't think you're gonna be scared of Wilder. And that's no disrespect to Wilder, but I mean, like, have Deontay Wilder stand next to Ngannou and ask a crowd of people who's more scary as far as fighting. And, I think you get your answer pretty quickly. So there's that. This is interesting because although Wilder lost his last fight pretty bad, I do think there's a chance that we do see AJ versus Wilder at some point. And I'd say maybe even in 2025, depending on how, these next fights go. And if Wilder wins his next couple fights or whatever. So I gotta say, the heavyweight picture in boxing is much more exciting now. Pause, because now it seems that Anthony Joshua is going to fight the winner of Fury versus Usyk. So I'm excited for both fights. To see who's gonna win, Fury or Usyk, or what happens after that? Who wins against AJ? Whoever wins that fight. So there's that. And I'm gonna recap UFC 299 real quick after I finish rolling this blunt, and then we're gonna end season 1 on a great episode. And I'm gonna take some time, maybe about a month before I do season 2. So you can stay tuned if you want. It's probably gonna take some time. So yeah, I really I hope you enjoyed this first season. I really enjoyed making these videos. I really enjoyed making these videos because when you're watching sports, you have a lot of opinions about, yeah, you have a lot of opinions about the sport, and then writing a comment on Instagram, you can only say so much. Like, if I were to fucking type everything I've said on this podcast, it would probably take me a fucking long time. So there's that. Yeah, I feel like a podcast is a great way to express yourself, and it's like I mentioned before on previous episodes, it's very therapeutic. I know you can probably tell by how I sound, how relaxed I sound right now, and this and that. So yeah, there's that. And so I'm gonna miss this podcast, but I'm interested to see what season 2 is gonna be like. And I'm the one that's fucking hosting it, so like, it says a lot, because this is a freestyle show. So I don't even know how the show is gonna go. And that even rhymed right there. So there you go. A freestyle within a freestyle, unintentional inception. You gotta admit, I'm a fucking legend. See? And you gotta admit that. There's no option. I'm not giving you an option. You have to admit that. It's the law. You're gonna go to jail if you don't admit it. Actually, you're not gonna go to jail, because I'm not for I'm not for being a part of law enforcement. That's their job. So there's that. But let's just say you're gonna go to a mental jail if you don't admit that I'm a legend. And what that means I'm not really sure of, but yeah, so there's that. Yeah, let me just fucking. Can you just fucking give me a second to roll this blunt? You guys are mad fucking annoying. Ugh, keep talking. Shut up. What if I don't want to keep talking? Yeah, what if I don't want to keep talking, huh? What if I want to do a podcast where I just fucking don't say anything and just